Fuck you doing?
Hey, back up.
I can't say fuck. That's what I did. Fucking YouTube. I don't like that shit.
Back up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome to Fix It Friday. All right, guys, today we're going to go over how you guys can fix at least your Krav Maga fighting stances. I've been going a lot of places, and I see a big correction that can be done with the fighting stance. So first, let's talk about the 3 stances that we talk about in self-defense or even Krav Maga. So the first stance is what Lauren is standing here. She's just standing her regular way, how she would normally stance. And the next position is what we would call our, we call it our de-escalating stance. I kind of call it my conversational stance. And you can see how her palms is facing out, which anywhere in the world, that kind of means the same thing, stop, I don't want any problems. Her elbows is in, kind of like the frames up. Now, when she was in her regular stance, her foot was on the same line, but in her de-escalating stance, one foot came in front of the other, and she's kind of like in a position to say stop. Now, the fighting stance, a couple of things change. Now, notice that the legs are more bent. Another thing that you may notice, turn to the side real quick. Another thing that you may notice is the back heel came off the floor because she's ready to spring into action. The abs are engaged, the chin is tucked, and the shoulders are up, okay? So face the camera, okay? So another thing that happened, and she kind of made the adjustment, but here's what a lot of people I see do, is they go into the fighting stance, but the palms stay facing forward. So they end up fighting in this position. But the problem with that is, if Lauren goes to throw a punch, so notice how, so she'll throw a good, so you know she try to throw a right hand, but when she recoil back here, because it's hard to throw a punch when your palm is facing the target. We call it cat pawing, because you thought punching, and then you see they're like punching like this instead of getting that good rotation. So when you get a fighting stance, your palms should be already facing each other because you're no longer trying to stop the fight. That option is over. So now you're trying to win the fight, so your hands are engaged. As a matter of fact, I would even argue that having the fist balled up is even better, because now I don't know what punches she's about to punch, but she might punch with the left, she may punch with the right, I'm not sure. What you'll see, hold your hands up, that what a lot of students do, even when you turn your hands in, is if their hands is open right before they throw a punch, they'll ball their fist up before they throw the punch. So it's a tail. It's a tail. So you know when the punch is about to come because they'll ball their fist up. The one fist they're about to throw, she's about to throw a cross, she ball her fist up and then throw a punch. That's a tail. If her fist was already balled up, I wouldn't know if the left was coming, I wouldn't know if the right was coming, okay? So I'm gonna give you another little black belt tip, and that is hold your hands up, right? So we always say your hands should be 6 to 8 inches away from your face, but not always. It should be 6 to 8 inches away from your face, depending on how close or far away your opponent, or in this case, the bad guy is. So don't move at all. So this makes sense from this distance. Don't move at all. But now I'm coming a little closer. Don't move at all. I'm coming a little closer. Now you see where 6 to 8 inches doesn't make any sense anymore? As I get closer, her hands, her guards that's protecting the castle should come closer to the castle because she has less time to defend herself. And then she'll probably go into covering, yes, in her clinches and so on and so forth, all right? So those are just quick, big tips that you can use in improving your fighting stance. Basically, instead of having your hands facing your opponent in fighting stance, just turn them in or ball them up and you'll be fine. All right? Cool. We got to do something about that Britney shirt, man. This is about All right, and get out. Nice.